Ladies and gentlemen, how we all doing today? Let me just set up a few things. Some music, some microphone, and we're all good. We're all good to go. New video. This is a new video. You're probably watching it because it's a new video, which is great. This is good. This is new editing. I'm so tired. I cannot explain. I mean, I can. I'm not actually that tired. I just woke up at 6:15 this morning to learn with a friend of mine. Which is great. It's good. I actually love learning with him, but it's so tiring. You have to get up so early. And like yesterday, I didn't wake up, and like about a month ago, he didn't wake up. It's something we're working on. You know, hopefully today we both woke up and it'll all be good. It'll be a good learn. But that's enough about me. Let's talk more about me. So I wanted to talk to you today about this story of me getting a new Xbox. Okay, so we're gonna start by mentioning that I don't need an Xbox that bad. Okay, I have my Xbox One that I bought back in 2015 for my bar mitzvah. Maybe I'll explain what that means later. It's just a party. Okay, I turned 13. I had a party. That's fine, right? That's all good. So got it, and that was like 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago. I think it was 5.5 years ago. 5.5 years ago, I got an Xbox, which 5.5 years is quite a lot, you know. So it's gotten a little old, which is great and everything, but it means it gets a little stuck now, and you have to like, I'd have to reformat it for it to work, and maybe it wouldn't work as well. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. After like so many years of like every time a new Xbox came out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this one. It's not that expensive. I can afford it. And I was like, no, that makes no sense. But now the Xbox got stuck. I was like, that's it. This is my mark. This is when I'll get a new Xbox. And so I went on a second-hand store shop thing, and I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna start looking for it. And everyone's selling it for like an insane price. Like the price people are selling their Xboxes for, I can get like the Xbox Series S. Oh, I'm trying to buy an Xbox One S because I'm like, I'm just going to get an Xbox One S that's pretty new, and it won't cost that much. It'll be, I don't know, like 500 shekel. What's that, like 150 bucks? 150 bucks for an Xbox One S that's like semi-new and has like 2 controllers, maybe a game or two, whatever. It made sense, okay? I was going for cheap. And if wherever you are that's expensive, that's fine. You do you. So I was doing that and everything. And after a long time of talking to people, and a bunch of people were like, yeah, I'll sell it to you. And then like 10 hours later, they'd be like, nah, never mind, man. We're not doing it. And I'd be like, wait, why? What's wrong with you, man? So whatever, you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes people just don't keep their word, which kind of sucks. But whatever. I finally found this guy. He was like, listen, I've had this Xbox for about, I don't know, hold up. Okay, I've had it for about 8 months, and I just want to sell it because I want to get the new PlayStation 5. And it has 2 controllers, 500 shekel. I was like, oh my god, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That's insane. Well, I mean, he said 600 shekel, and then I said 500, assuming he'll go a little higher than 500. Would be like, oh, 550. And I was like, he just said yes to 500. And I was like, that's insane. That's cool. Whatever. This guy was over chill, okay? This guy was like a stoner. He wasn't. He's like 15, I think. I don't know how old he is. He's much younger. He's not. He's just a little over chill. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but he's like chill in a weird way. Like he asked me where he could find a PS5 when I'm just some guy he's selling his Xbox to, which is weird. And then after I bought it, he made a video and he was like, yeah, whatever, this guy's weird, okay? Just take my word for it. The guy's pretty weird. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. What I was saying was, I bought the Xbox from him, and then, so I bring it home. I connect it to my mom's screen, or a different screen at home, because my screen, high up upstairs in my house, it just, you know, it doesn't have Wi-Fi there. I think I've mentioned quite a few times that I don't have good internet in my house, or specifically upstairs we'll call it. But in the main floor, you know, obviously the room where the router is has good internet. Oh no, this is almost over. Anyway, so basically, maybe I'll just connect this with the 10th one, with the semifinals. So basically what happened is, oh my god, I feel so pressured by time. So I connected it to my mom's screen, and it was all fine. The screen was a little weird. It didn't connect to the HDMI at first. It was a little off. The screen isn't like the best. It's a little off. So I'm like, fine, whatever, you know, connect the internet, start downloading games, and then realize I also have like a 4 terabyte drive that already has games from the previous Xbox, so I can just transfer them. All's good, okay? Everything's fine with the Xbox. There's just a tiny little glitch with this screen itself. I later brought down my own screen from high up above, so I can use a better screen on like for the Xbox, and I'll put in like the main living room, whatever. That's what I did, and it was fine. It was good. And then the next day, it stopped working again. Like I had problems connecting the Xbox to my mom's screen. So I just like, you know, I tilted, you know how sometimes you play with cables so they work, like usually a phone cable, it doesn't work. So I tilted it up, and then it worked. So it's like, fine, whatever. I stuck something under it, and I left it as is, okay? You know, I'm gonna stop here and connect the second video already. Okay, I'm back. So I left it as is. Did another win. That's lovely. That's great. I think this means we go on to the finals, which is cool and everything. Almost finished the league. But today's specific day, we're talking about this Xbox situation, because it's bothering me, okay? I want to talk about it. So, basically, I left it as it is. I played for like 3 hours. I had some serious Battlefield 5, like a real session with a friend of a friend that somehow became my gaming friend, which is insane. If you're watching this, by the way, awesome. Those hours were insane. Whatever, so we played for a couple of hours, and then I was like, okay. He said, yeah, I should probably go to lunch. I was like, yeah, it's probably a good idea. I should also probably eat. I went, I ate breakfast. I think I woke up super late that day. It's not important. I come back, I try and reconnect the Xbox, and it glitches. Like, I took out the HDMI, I put it back in, and it starts glitching. It starts, like, blinking green and black, and, like, I can kind of see the screen, but not really. And then it goes blank, and I go nuts. I'm like, oh, no, I broke it. So I take it out to my screen. I try to connect it to my screen with my old cable, because I thought maybe my old cable is better, like the old Xbox cable, because he gave me a cable which seemed like it was like not from Xbox. So it's like, you know, maybe what's it called? You know, maybe come on, what was I saying? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just the cable. Maybe the cable broke, and I just need to connect it to a good quality Xbox HDMI cable, and so I do, and it's fine. And I mean, it's not fine. I connect it, I connect it to my TV, and it doesn't even show connected. It just shows your HDMI is not connected. Try and connect a device. I'm like, oh, shoot! I completely broke this Xbox. What am I supposed to do now? So I said, you know what? I'll try his cable. I try his cable, and it works, but it's super glitchy. Like, I don't know, it's like green and white and black and purple, like all over the screen. I think I have a video of it. Maybe I'll try to put it in here. Back to the video. What happened was, so from there, I had like this half an hour and a half, 2 hours, where I was just like yelling at God. I was like, how can you do this? This is ridiculous. I just bought a new Xbox. I spent so much of my money. Whatever, it's ridiculous. But it's what happened. I was like ready to cry, and I don't know how to explain this, but I don't get so mad. I get so mad, but I don't go like, oh, there's no cause, BS. I just go like, I just have nothing to do about this. So the only thing to do is just to act on it. I do whatever needs to be done. So I was like, fine, I'm just going to look up a video, I'm going to talk to Xbox, I'm going to try and deal with it. So for like, in the beginning, I tried to watch like YouTube tutorials of some random people on the internet who like fix it, and it wasn't so helpful. So I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to go straight to Microsoft, and so I do, and they teach me that there's this thing you can do to the Xbox One S, or every Xbox, specifically in the Xbox One S, is some other specific way. I can explain it if you really want, but I don't think that's necessary, that you can basically turn the quality down from the Xbox. And so I do, which is great and everything. because it works. I was like, okay, maybe the Xbox works, and they were like, okay, now that you lowered the quality from 720 to I think 640 or 480, I don't remember what it's called, to 480. Try bring it back up. Maybe the problem was just temporary, and now it'll work. So I tried bringing it up to 720, and it stopped glitching by now. It just stopped working. It just stopped showing connected. I was like, shoot, I'm screwed. I just paid 500 shekel for this for this Xbox that I just broke. This is ridiculous. I'm like, I just wasted so much of my money. And I was going nuts. Like, I was like, I don't have the energy for anyone. I'm just going to lock myself in here until the Xbox works again. And I put on blasting music on my earphones. I'm like, this makes no sense. This is nonsense. Oh, I'm laughing at this so hard. It's just so funny to think about. It's cool how I dealt with it. I didn't think I would deal with it like that. I thought I would like go nuts and like break it. But I didn't. I was super calm, although I was super pissed. But it was all fine. It was all pretty good at the end of the day. So what I do is I decided, like, you know what, screw it. I'm not dealing with this. I'm in yeshiva. I don't use an Xbox enough to start fixing it and dealing with buying it. So I find out how much it costs to fix. They say, Xbox said, through America, they were like, yeah, it costs 750 shekel in Israel to fix. I was like, that's nonsense. I could buy a new console with that. So I called the place in Israel. They were like, nah, 450 shekel. So I'm like, fine, that makes sense. But once again, I don't have the time for that. So I'm just going to buy myself a new Xbox. And just that day, like just that morning, I discovered that my 28-inch screen at home is about an inch or two smaller than my dad's screen, my mom's screen. All the screens for computers that aren't like laptops themselves are basically the same size, which was ridiculous. I was like, that's nonsense. I'm buying a new TV. So I went on this Yad Shtaim place, which is the secondhand shop where you get like secondhand TVs and stuff. So I bought a TV for like 700 shekel. That's like, I don't know, 200 bucks, which was super cool. And it was 43 inches, which is a lot bigger, like dramatically bigger. And that was all good. And I had the same idea of I'm not gonna double think this. I'm just doing it. I'm gonna deal with the consequences later. And just that day, the same thing happened. I was like, that's so annoying. So I tried using the broken Xbox on the screen, on the same screen, but it didn't work. It once again didn't even show connected, so I lowered it to the right quality. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll probably just sell it or something. And once again, this came with two new controllers. Now at home, I have 4 controllers, which are like 5 years old by now. So it wasn't too bad that this happened, okay? Because it means I got new controllers. But whatever, that's not what we're talking about right now. I sold it, and it was just, everything just happened in the idea of like, I'm not thinking about this twice. And I overthink everything, okay? I'll think 10 times before I say hello to someone, okay? And here I was like, there is no thought. And every time I started double overthinking it, I was like, no! And then I turn up the music in whatever I'm listening to, because when I'm going crazy, I have to listen to music so I don't lose my mind, which works. If you lose your mind and don't know what to do about it, try listening to music that you like. I preferably like lo-fi music when I'm going seriously insane. But what's important is, so I just went out, I just bought a new Xbox. I was just like, screw this, I'm buying an Xbox One S. So I bought an all electrical for like 900 shekel. It was like 150 shekel off. That's insane. Again, just if you work in dollars, you should just think of it as like 3 times less. Like $1 is 3 shekels. So if I say 900 shekel, that means like 300 bucks, maybe a little less, like 280 bucks, or I don't remember. It's something like that. Okay, the dollar is currently worth 3.25 shekel, which is like at its lowest, but still. Oh my God, this one's also over. Okay, I'm gonna pause it and I'll get back to you with the finals. I guess you're getting it all in one day. Oh, welcome back. It's me. I'm ItsYourBoi Nip. It's been a day and a half. Kind of because I was procrastinating, and also kind of because I was busy. It was like I was very busy, but then in the time I could have made videos, I decided to do other things, like be with friends and stuff, which is good. Anyway, whoa, it's been a while. I remember I said, I bought an all electrical. I meant an all digital and Xbox One S. So I bought it, and this is all with the awareness, I guess. I'm speaking poorly. So mind my English, please. Thank you. Or don't mind my English. Whatever, you get the point. So I buy the Xbox, and everything's fine, and I'm like, you know what, this is all good, this is great, this Xbox works. I brought it home, I was gonna connect it to my mom's screen, and I was like, absolutely not, I'm connecting this to my screen. I brought down my small screen, my 28-inch, which is the smallest, like, possible size for a screen. Whenever I buy it, I connect it, I start putting it in, and it's like, and we're having like a family dinner, because, well, it's Hanukkah at the time. So I'm like trying to set it up. I decided to just leave it on the side. It was like half set up, like it had fully started, but I didn't put on all the games. Whatever. Also, this is the finals. This is the final game. Will I win? Will I not win? I don't know. It's a good question. So after all this happens, I start trying to deal with the Xbox. Oh, another thing. When I brought it home, I tried turning it on, and the cable that connects to the wall, like the power cable, wasn't working. That was so frightening. I was ready to... I thought it was the Xbox. I didn't even know what to do with myself, but that took like 2 seconds to realize I took the old Xbox One S, like the old new Xbox, and I just, used that. Oh, am I losing in the final game? That's a good question. Whoa. Am I gonna lose? Look at that goal. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm not in the same mind as I was a day and a half ago. I'm just gonna try and finish it, okay? Let's go. So basically, I start thinking about selling it. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? How is this gonna work? How am I gonna lose the least amount of money off of what this just was? Because it was pretty annoying. I broke my own Xbox, and it was like, I don't know. It was, excuse me. It was all really, really weird situation. It was like not fun. Nothing about it was fun. So basically, I start thinking about the price and stuff, and this is all being done while like I'm also thinking, oh, I should totally start like making videos and stuff. So the night I got it, I just spent all night playing. I think I played a bunch of Minecraft, and another thing I played that I won't mention, just because I don't want to mention it, okay? I'm allowed to not mention it if I don't want to. So I did that, and then the morning after, I was going on vacation with my family at about 1 o'clock, okay? So the thought was, knowing my family were probably only going to leave, we were probably only going to leave at like 2:30. So I made a whole list of things to do. I was like, yeah, I got to do this, and I got to send this in the mail. Oh, this guy, okay? If you're somehow watching this, I don't even think you know English. I don't mean anything bad about you, but the whole situation was bad, and I was having a terrible time, so it might all be going out on you. Ignoring the whole weird situation, did I even explain what buying the Xbox from this guy was like? I think I didn't, because it's not nice. And so I won't. But after all that, this guy was like, hey, so anyway, so the thing was, he left a disc, like a Dragon Ball Z disc inside, and he was like, oh my god, no, keep it, whatever. And then a day later, after all this crazy nonsense happened, he was like, yo, can you mail it back to me? I was like, are you kidding me? Is this joke? Are you joke? Your Xbox doesn't even work, man. It's broken. And by the way, it smells like cigarettes. I'm almost sure that this guy, like, I don't know, puffed into the Xbox. It smells terrible. So do the controllers. And I thought it was like an okay smell, and then I realized it's probably cigarettes. But like, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't smell like the smoke. It just has this weird smell. Maybe I was just next to smokers. I think I'm talking nonsense. It just has a weird smell. It's not a weird smell. I actually like that smell. Maybe it's the nicotine hitting me. I don't know. Whatever, ignore what I just said. Oh my god, I have 3 minutes left to tell the story. Okay, so I start organizing. I have so much to do in that day. I have to, like, buy new cable, and I have to send the mail, and I have to reformat one of the Xboxes, or both of them, and try and start, like, putting them on the second-hand store, because now I'm going to sell mine, and I have to start thinking of the price. And the night before, I went to sleep at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was so exhausted, because I had to wake up at 8 o'clock for my morning prayers. Because that's just how Judaism works. So I did, and I was so tired, and I had so much to do. That goal was insane. Watch that goal again. Show me that goal again. I don't actually. I don't have the energy to edit that. Anyway, so no, game's almost over. I almost won. I'm about to win the thing. So stuff is going crazy. Okay, I finally managed to work it all out. I found prices, and then I told my friends about it, and then one of my friends was like, "Hey, I'll get it," which is insane. And he also watches this channel. Shout out to Josef Faber, you beast. I love you. He's also my roommate now. So at time of recording, we had a rough day of moving into your room. I hope that by now everything's better. I'm currently alone in the room because he went to a class that I don't go to. But whatever, love you, Habes. Is that too much information? Oh, it's fine. Habes, you got a shout out. Okay, so from there I kind of organize everything, and my mind's going nuts. Okay, I'm going like my brain is losing it. But I finally organize it, I reformat it, and everything's super pressured because for some reason my family's trying to leave at 12, so I have like an hour and a half less than I thought. Because I thought, no wait, 2.5 hours less than I thought. Because I thought I was gonna have until frickin' 2 o'clock, and at 12 or like 2:30, whatever, we ended up leaving by 1 o'clock, and it was all good. And at the end of the day, the lesson was don't just get mad at things, and if you, I don't know, if something happens and you're having a hard time with it, just instead of getting super frustrated and doing nothing about it, try to just deal with it, because it ended up really well for me, and I'm really happy that I dealt with it as I did. And what a way to finish the season with a super cool champion. We won. I'll see you all in the next season. By the way, what I was hiding the other game is Season 3, which is going to be a pro season. I'll see you all next time. Love you. Bye.